Good morning. Happy Thursday. Today's the day. Cut and color. Let's see what I'll come back with. We never know. I really like to get, and don't think I'm crazy, but hair extensions. I don't know why I'm vibing longer hair. I'll be like Christy Gnome. Don't get me started. So, anyway, a couple of things. Congratulations to Karen Reed of Massachusetts. I'm glad that justice was in your favor because I followed that trial and I made my prediction on it. And not that I want to say, but I nailed it as far as what she would be charged with. So I was happy about that. I'm so glad justice was served because there's been so much unjust things happening lately that I was just so happy justice was served. Now, as far as the officer who was killed, hopefully they will find the person who had their hand in that. Hopefully. They got to look. I don't think it's just going to fall from the sky. Okay, so when people come to me for readings, and I am open for private readings, when people come to me for readings, they do a lot of not apologizing, but like thinking that, they're the only ones. Like, I shouldn't have done it, blah, blah, blah. Certain situations. I should know better. Oh, we should all know better. Um, and I tell everybody the same thing. Look, you're not alone in this. I read for people all over the place. I read for people in Guam. I do. I read for people in Germany, Switzerland, all over. Australia, New Zealand. Everybody's the same. They may dress differently, have different religious beliefs, but when it comes to love, they are all the same. And people learn at their own pace, okay? So I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and we were talking about years ago when we were involved in these old relationships. And I said to her, I said, remember how that made us feel? Well, I know how it made me feel like when I did acted a certain way, was provoked, but I had free will, so I can't blame everything on the person. And I remember saying to myself, I never want to feel like that again. I never want to feel like that again. And that's what I think a lot of people have to start realizing when they're in these situations, that love doesn't conquer all. And sometimes you just don't want to feel like that. So maybe you'll change your behavior. Because if you're going to keep doing the same behavior, you're going to get the same results. Remember that. Moving forward. Moving forward, renovations are coming out really well. If this queen doesn't have a nervous breakdown, I never will. Oh, okay. Let's see what we have here. We have Robin Wood. I always seem to gravitate towards it and I always seem to pull it out. I don't have my camera down low enough. Seven of Pentacles, contemplation, timeout card. You have a victory. You definitely have a victory coming your way. Now, if you choose to have some patience and let things unfold at their own pace, you're going to end up with even a bigger victory than you expected. This man here had two pentacles. He walked out into his field the next night and he had seven. Thunderous voice says to him, have some patience, let them grow, let things sit for a while, and you're going to have more. You're going to have more abundance. Now, this could be in anything. This could be in finances, maybe it's telling you leave your stocks there. We know who's here. Hi, Luna. This is the card of if you have patience and just admire the work you've done so far. See how he sits there with his hands on his hoe? I just can't. All right, Luna, get down. Um, he's sitting there after doing a lot of work and he's contemplating and looking over everything he's accomplished. And I think that's what you have to do. Like I said before, don't be so hard on yourself. Give yourself some credit for a hard day's work, going through a terrible time, learning a certain situation. Take a breath, give yourself a little bit of a break, okay? because the seven of pentacles, can't talk now, tells us that there's going to be more fruits of your labor. So that could be in anything. It could be in work, it could be a relationship, and you don't have to fix everything all in one fell swoop. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of us, we could work in increments in our life. And what are you looking for, Luna? So we're all, unfortunately, because the way society is and with technology, we've all become, the queens of instant gratification. We want it now, now, now. But this card begs to differ, and it tells you no. Well, it doesn't tell you no. So we're saying to Luna, say hi, Luna. You want to say hi? It's telling you that if you wait and you have patience, you are about to get rewarded in every way you can. And then we have the Queen of Wands. Wow, we like the Queen of Wands. This tells you that you have the power to handle things. You're moving up. Maybe you're coming from a Queen of Pentacles and you're moving into a fire stage where you have a little bit more. She's just putting her head right here. You have a little bit more confidence and you have more creativity. So when we put the cards together, it tells you, look, take a break, because you have something that's coming to you resulting from this that is really fantastic. Okay, and it's going to maybe put you in the limelight or the spotlight. Now that could be work. Maybe you were overlooked for something and now you're going to be rewarded for something. So you're going to be put in the spotlight. So the message for today is, don't think you have to do everything in one day. Don't think you haven't come a long way, because you have. Give yourself some grace. That's what I think I'll name this video, if I remember. Learn to give yourself some grace, okay? And that's pretty much it. I will have more messages soon, but I don't have anything today. But anyway, I'm glad for Miss Reed. I hope life finds her well. I know she went through a very stressful situation. I hope the truth comes out, but I'm a firm believer in truth. Truth usually does. At some point somebody's going to be barking and talking. All right, everyone. This is Coffee and Tarot time. I am the Queen of Wands. Everyone, have a great day.